Hi, I'm Daniel, and while I miss reviewing a lot of new releases on my almost year off YouTube, I didn't miss reviewing a Pixar movie, so I want to keep that up, even if it's not immediate video release. Anyway, Elio has been a movie that I've been excited for since its initial concept art reveal back in 2022. I like the idea of a Pixar alien movie, with the shell being ambassador for Earth just sounding great. I liked the first teaser, but then I got the Yade with a lot of story changes seemingly being made by aspects of that trailer no longer being in the movie. The original director stepped down from the project, so Domi's share of Turning Red and the director of Sparkle Burrow went to finish off the movie. Pixar movies with known production issues have mixed success, but I was still looking forward to this as it just like a nice more simpler outing from Pixar. I was a bit surprised how much vocal hatred this got before it released, which I know happens to every Pixar movie in the past 5 years, but this just seemed like barely anyone was even anticipating it. The initial Yo box office this has had so far means little to me. While it's not going to be a pop success, I think word of mouth in the rest of the summer could partially save like what happened with Elemental. I saw the movie and really liked it, which I'm going to discuss in this video. I'm done with the initial impression series, this is going to be a very similar video. Elio involves this young boy now living with his aunt, who keeps trying to get abducted by aliens. It finally happens where he gets invited to the communiverse, but to get in he has to lie about being an Earth Seeder and negotiate with the York Ryan. To start off, I want to discuss the great world building. The look and feel of the communiverse as the location is so dynamic. It's bright and full of all types of creatures and concepts. This being with infinite knowledge and the current technology used is just really cool. I think what makes me work is how it keeps this outer space world to a small scale. That sounds hard to coexist, but it makes sense when there's not several planets explored, just this one place and another spaceship close by. This gets the most out of these locations, and just continues to keep such a wonder of the world that he adds to it. The way the first act builds up the questions and pondering of the outer space is really interesting. The score also creates this atmospheric feeling well, being fun at times but also kind of beautiful in others. While I've got to a point where I'm very wowed by animation, this still looks really good. The lighting and cinematography is great here, making many shots really stand out. The aliens are really creative and special designs, especially in the different ways they move. To discuss the human designs, I personally really like Elio's design, that just fits his character and looks appealing. The other human characters yes so, and it's not really my preferred style. Still, I find the beam mouth hate overblown, with this Yuka turning red all looking distinct and each fitting the movie's tone. I like that we're at a point of rotating animation styles where Pixar switching between different ones to different films. This story is a good one that is yes complex but doesn't need to be. The threat isn't treated that serious most of the runtime, I actually really like that. I like this more chilled vibe and just spending time hanging out in the universe. With the developing friendship between Elio and Gordon, I like how natural it feels for Elio to care about him and connect with their shared loneliness. The story being centered around isolation and looking for an escape for life's problems is really effective how Elio's story is handled. I think it could have used a bit more depth with his sense of being outcasted as just being his parents dying and dealing with these annoying kids. Maybe an extra scene showing him feel out of place and struggling to connect with peers that would draw him towards being abducted. The flow of events in this movie could have been a bit better. Still, this is a great way to portray a very autistic coded story about escapism and being drawn to fantasy outside of our known reality. Elio is a great protagonist who's very much a child, who's exciting and fun, but he also shows the self-awareness in this age, where he wonders if he's wanted by any place. The central arc of his grown relationships and perspective on life is great to see. The family drama around his aunt Olga now raising him is a really interesting situation here where both are very understandable. Seeing how Olga reacts about Elio is a very strong side plot to see for her character. Gordon is a character who I see why they may annoy some people, but I'm continually charmed by his positive energy. This sub design is very expressive, and this is just a very cute friendship to watch. Lord Gregor is this movie's villain, and I think it's very funny as this cartoony warlord who's insecure about how others see him. Although, I started to like him yes the more the movie started taking him seriously. I like how this tackles his role as a father in comparison to the others, but the plot plays out way too similar to a certain 2000 DreamWorks movie. It does that thing better, but it still just shows how cliche and predictable all of this plot is. I could tell how a lot of individual plot details would end, with a Yayo reveal done decently but mostly paid by the numbers. The third act story isn't the best, with a lot of how the soul feeling expected, and the tone being unsure on how seriously it should be taken. The emotion is good, but could have been just a bit stronger. Still, the actual ending scene itself is really beautiful, both for the incredible score and this form of showing how different yet similar we all are. I appreciate how this played out about needing constant jokes or something exciting happening. Same with the whole pace. This is a type of kids movie that treats the audience with respect. I can see it really speaking to them with the characters explored. Just because it seems more targeted at a younger audience than most Pixar films doesn't make it yeser to me. This just seems a good reminder that Pixar still has it, which can honestly be said about every non-Yahya Pixar movie this decade. While sequels are coming, I look forward to originals that come alongside them, especially the recently announced Gato sounding great. In conclusion, Elio gets an 8 out of 10 from me. While definitely closer to a 7, I just really like what this did and hope it gets more appreciation. The reaction so far is pretty positive, but I hope it doesn't get forgotten so quickly like I expected to. I recommend giving this film a watch either now in cinemas or at some point later. I hope you enjoyed this video review. I got to put this video together, even if it isn't the day after release like I used to do regularly. We'll see with this how I might do with some upcoming younger videos I have planned. The end.